Well, Kelvin, thanks for joining us. It seems barely believable there's only 10 games left in the season already. We've hit the 36 game mark. How have you viewed the season so far?
I think I think overall it's been a good season. I think elephant in the room last night is we'll probably have to talk about a little bit, and I think everyone shares that disappointment and etc. But overall, we've got to look at the bigger picture and talk to people today about that and talk about what we've done this season so far. And I think that was interesting. I think the disappointment, obviously getting beat like we did and playing like we did. I think some of that came the more disappointment came from some of the expectation that we probably created for that game anyway, where we there was definitely a heightened expectation of a performance and a result. And we didn't get that, and I think everyone realizes that. But I think overall, we have to look at when we do look at the bigger picture, and you look at how well the team have done, these lads have done, and John's done with his coaching staff, and we have to be proud of what we've done so far. But there's still some more to do in the next 10 games.
Yeah, 10 games to go. But I think if most people would have, well, to have a top half position with 10 games to go, I think is in excess of most people's realistic expectations for the season.
Yeah. I think John mentioned in one of his interviews he's used it as a bit of a motivational tool to see some of the stuff that had been written about us at the start of the year, or start of the season, and we kind of joke around, I think, in the office and between ourselves about some of the things that the fans had said and throughout the season, to be fair, and about the budgets and about this and about this player and that player. But I think these players have really proved themselves. I think, it's easy to add players at certain times and we have to do it strategically. But I think we've added at the right times, and we've these players have proved themselves to be, capable players in League One.
And on the back of what has so far been a really good season, hopeful of some strong season ticket sales leading into the summer.
Yeah, I think it was, again, I think we've done our best to keep the prices reasonable, and I think that's been appreciated. I think, and I think really good numbers coming into this season, and then hopefully we see an increase again next season. I think I was talking to James about this, and there's a real strong sort of younger fan base as well, numbers in that sort of 15 to 20 range, which indicates that we've done, and the 15 to 20-year-olds have typically, this is probably the best they've ever seen a Northampton team in position and etc. So it shows a lot of the work that's gone on in the background, a lot of the work that James and the team have gone through is in converting, younger fans into possibly season ticket holders. And we look at all the initiatives that we do, and you see the amount of school kids coming out and the football team kids coming out, and that is so important to what we do. And it's good that we're now starting to see some of the impacts of that.
And really encouraging to see an average attendance of around 6,900 so far, with the likes of Derby still to come, showing just sort of how strong the connection is and how good the feeling is around the club at the moment.
Yeah, very much so. Listen, the reality is football fans have always and will always vote with their feet, as it were, and that's the encouraging thing. And I think that's the best thing for to kind of solidify what the club's doing as a whole and what the hard work that goes into it from everybody is really, really encouraging for us.
Just to talk about a couple of off the field issues, Kelvin, where are we? What's the latest with the council land agreement?
Uh, you hate to come on again and say we're close. Actually, the good news is that the football club and the council have all signed the relevant paperwork for the deal to complete. We're now just waiting for it's gone off to Homes England and the Land Registry to complete their pieces. So in essence, we're done. The council are done, and it's now just a case of being ratified at Homes England and the Land Registry. So we're very, very close. So it's basically done, and we just need to just wait those last little signatures on those last couple of documents, and then we'll be able to announce that we've completed.
Great news then, Kelvin, and obviously that will pave the way for the building work to restart on the East Stand.
Yeah, no, it is good. It is very good news. Off the back of what was a bit of a challenging week in terms of the result, but we're pleased. And it's probably wrong to say building work to restart, because we have actually been, there's a lot of work that's gone on and continues to go on behind the scenes in regard to that. So no, but we're in good shape on that too. I think we've pretty much got the plans agreed. We got the first CGIs today in terms of the boxes and the what it was, the boxes, and the concourse area, and we're expecting some more over the next couple of days, so we'll go back with those and we'll improve those. We've got like a design board, which we'll hope to share, probably sometime this month, I would say. So where we've looked at the carpets and the paint colors and the graphics on the and the I know James has been working hard on the kitchen design with Jason, and what's going to go over there. So no, that's very encouraging. I think this month we'll see quite a bit of movement.
GRS, I know, have been working hard behind the scenes, and they must be looking forward to actually getting on site and seeing things begin to move forward.
Yeah. Paul from GRS has been up every Wednesday, to be fair, meeting people. There's so much that goes into it. Things like, were the lift shafts big enough for the lifts that we want to put in this time? We had a big conversation about turnstiles today, which was I say a big conversation. We had a decision on turnstiles today, and Paul's just been meeting suppliers, and I know he's actually met with some fans, because GRS made a big point of trying to get some suppliers who are fans involved in the process, and I know some fans have been contacted who provide product and services that could help. So no, it's taking shape, and now, especially now with the land, hopefully once that completes, we can really crank up the work.
A busy time at the moment. There's a men's first team game every 3 or 4 days over these next few weeks, but plenty else happening as well. And on Sunday, Northampton Town women back at Sixfields, and I know you've seen a few games there yourself over the years, and always a special occasion.
Yeah, no, I enjoy coming to the women's games. I've actually done a couple at Sixfield, and also done a couple at the home field as well in Northampton. So they're good games, and I think our women's team has gone from strength to strength, and we're really proud and pleased in what they're doing, and we're very proud that they can play some games at Sixfields.
And the following Sunday, in aid of the community trust, something a little bit different. Northampton Town legends, some players from the not so long ago, and some from a few more years back, strutting their stuff again on the Sixfields pitch.
No, I think it's a great event. I think it'll be great. Those games are always good fun, and hopefully we get a good turnout from the pros, and it'll be exciting, and it's a good way to raise some money for charity as well. So it'll be good to see some of the old faces. Been here 7-8 years now, so you've seen quite a few players come through the come through the system. So it'll be good to see some of the players there, and obviously we've got a couple still involved with Samo and Rico, who I think are playing. I think they're both. I'm not sure about Samo, but I'm sure Rico's playing. Maybe Samo's playing. Even especially as I saw his goal against Peterborough on social media the other day. For a big centre half, it was quite a nice little touch there at the end. But yeah. So no, listen, it'll be a really good event, and I encourage people to get down there.
And just finally, Kelvin, Thursday's a big night, an important night for the club. The first fan advisory board meeting, chaired and led by Tom Cliff, of course, and an important step, an important milestone.
Yeah, it is. It is. Interestingly, I'm sure there's a few people who say differently, but it's actually not much to do with us. It's quite an interesting event, really. I'm really excited for it, and I'm really, pleased that we can support Tom's idea. But it really is Tom's sort of ball to run with, really, and because I think it's just a really good extension of what Tom does. And I think it's, we've very much of, we've not steered it. We've been quite hands off, and because I think that's important. I think that voice and that conversation needs to happen, and it will end up being, and I think it's very important that it kind of evolves into what it needs to be. There's no set criteria. There's nothing on paper yet. It's more about Tom talking to the fans and talking to the representative groups and just saying, okay, how do we want this to go forward? What do we want to see here? And I think then we develop that two-way communication, and who knows, it might be in a couple of meetings time that James goes along, I go along, you go along, or whatever. I don't think it needs to be overly formal. I just think it needs to be a voice. It needs to be a communication. It needs to be something that is a benefit to the football club, and I think it will. You look at the groups that are represented. I think it will be. I think there's some good people that will be there with Tom on Thursday night, and we're looking forward to hearing what the outcome. Well, not the outcome. We're looking forward to seeing how that conversation progresses and how we can be part of that conversation as the club, and what progress we can make on certain things.